So here we are today on the driving range. It's raining. It's quite interesting. Whenever it rains here in Switzerland, people say it's English weather. But actually, it rains more in Switzerland than it does in England, which is an interesting statistic. Not very interesting, but a little bit. When I was a boy, we didn't have driving ranges. We had to use our own balls to practice on a practice ground, which was actually, I think, a benefit, because instead of just hitting full swings, when we picked the balls up, we were inadvertently training our fine motor skills. You can see me swinging the club here back and forth easily. If you start hitting balls with one hand, you make this movement, or you make this movement, because you're trying to move the club head and the ball in the same direction. And in golf, the club head and the ball never go in the same direction, which is one of the most difficult things to accept. You can see the little fold there in the back of my right hand, which means the club head is behind the hands and it's on both sides as I'm swinging the club symmetrically around the body. If you're doing this, you can feel where the weight of the club wants to go in its own little orbit around the body, and it's actually far harder work to push the club out of its orbit. If you leave it to swing where it wants to swing, it's easier and, luckily, the correct golf move. And you can do it all day long and it's a lot less work. So this movement will hurt. That's not good for your joints. That's going to hurt you if you keep doing that. So that's going to hurt, that's hard work. Same thing with the other hand. If you practice that with one hand, you will learn the fine motor skill of swinging the club head freely through the ball, finding the ball. Club head will stay behind your hands. It's a great exercise. Hands are in front here of the club head, so the club head's going down. And the great thing is, the weight of the club is telling you where the club wants to go, and the hands and arms and body are just encouraging it to go there. They're not trying to force it out of its orbit, which is far harder work.